is one of those techniques that is what I would consider a traditional technique. You see it a lot in heirloom sewing. And what you're doing is you actually have 2 pieces of fabric that you're joining together, creating a space with a particular stitch. And in this case, the stitch that we're going to use is actually what I call the rickrack stitch. It's in the stretch stitch settings, and it is stitch number C. So we're going to adjust our stitch selector to C, and then we're going to adjust our stitch length to the SS or stretch stitch setting. Now, I don't have any type of plate to help span the distance of my fabric, so how I set it up is I use my feed dogs. I know that I have a 5mm width on this machine, so I place that first piece of fabric or first set of fabric right on that left feed dog, and I'm going to lower that the presser foot while I explain how we created these fabric pieces. They're pressed wrong sides together with our fabric fold to the needle or to the inside and our fabric edge on the outside. So the second piece is going to be placed on that second feed dog, and I always place a little bit of fabric on the back side of the presser foot. Now I might find that I might need to move these fabric pieces in just a little bit. That feed dog was kind of a guideline for alignment. I want to make sure that my needle is catching, and I can already see that I need to come in just a little bit more on that right side, which means that I'll probably need to come in on that left side. I just want to graze that edge of that fold. I don't want to go too far or bite too far into my fabric piece. So as I'm stitching, what's going to happen is my fabric, or my stitch, excuse me, is going to go from the left to the right. And my goal is to keep these fabric pieces apart or for them joining. So I have a little bit of space, and so that they're not overlapping one another. So as I come to the end, again, I'm still keeping these fabric pieces apart so that those folded edges will butt, or there might possibly be a space in between them. Now, if I really wanted to create that definite space, what I would do is I would place some type of I oftentimes have used something like a flat coffee stirrer and tape that to the base of my machine to help keep those fabric pieces apart. But you can see in this case, my fabric edges have butted up. I've used that decorative stitch to attach the 2 folded edges, or the 2 edges together, to kind of to create an additional or expanded piece of fabric. This would be a great way to join pieces of fabric that might be different fabric types or different fabric colors. I have used it also to join 2 pieces of decorative ribbon together, because if you see and you get really close, you can see that folded edge right there. And the fold, what's happening is they're not butting up against one another. So this is, and again, another great decorative technique that you can create on your Baby Lock Joy with just a simple stitch such as the 3-step zigzag.